Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video I'd like to speak with you about the new semi-truck emissions that are just around the corner. But first, roll the intro. Welcome back. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, be sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses, in your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased on owner operators and carriers, operating under their own MC authorities, running under our truck dispatch services. As always guys, big thank you for all the likes you provided in all the previous videos. Please do keep them coming, and let's talk about these new semi-truck emission rules and laws that are going to be going into effect and will be affecting the entire trucking industry. This is really important to all truckers, so definitely if you have any questions, leave your comments in the comment section below and let's talk about it, right? So you're all aware of NOx, or the nitrous oxide that's released from the tailpipes and of semi-trucks and every vehicle that's out there that's running an internal combustion engine. So that much is understood. Now, the new nitrous oxide or NOx emission standards are going to be a lot stricter, and they're going to starting the year 2027 or model year 2027 trucks. So this was actually proposed by the EPA in March of this year, and there was a large commenting period, or a long commenting period with lots of comments that were coming in, and ultimately this is going to be a one or a two-step process. Those are the options that are provided to us, and that's what we're going to cover. Now, it starts with the model year 2027 as mentioned earlier, and the second increase would be in model year 2031 semi-trucks, where they're going to drastically reduce the amount of NOx emissions and other types of emissions going out into the atmosphere, right? So we're talking environmental protection, EPA, and other types of organizations that are looking to basically stall the amount of emissions that are being released into the atmosphere. So the one-step process is going to be going to full implementation by the year 2027, and the 2031 standard under option 1 would basically lower emissions by upwards of 90%, and with heavy duty trucks we're talking about a reduction of emissions by 60% by the year 2045. They're really looking ahead on this one, and of course one of the things that they're trying to do to make sure that you do buy into these trucks is that they're getting manufacturers to produce longer emissions warranties, because as we all know, with EGRs, with DEF systems, with DPF filtration, there was all sorts of electronic issues and all sorts of problems that truckers are constantly talking about it, and liking to go back to the old school systems where none of these technologies were implemented, and they did create problems. So they kind of know that this is probably around the corner if they are going to implement the system, and so they're saying, look, we need to provide additional warranties to companies, to those folks who buy these trucks, so that they don't have to feel bad that their truck's going to run out of warranty and they're not going to know what to do about it. Now, as far as the benefits of this is that the Biden administration has found that up to $250 billion in health benefits is expected to be found by implementing these rules. So they are looking at that. Now, what's really interesting is that the National Association of Small Trucking Companies, or NASTC, actually says that most carriers will keep their old trucks longer, which actually makes sense because of the cost of trucks and additional technological implementation and other restrictions placed technologically on these new trucks. The prices are definitely going to be considerably higher, and we're going to cover that as well. There are some things that are being put into place to make it more affordable, but we'll have to see if that's actually the case or not. Now, what they found is that small carriers basically can't afford brand new power units, and we know that. That's why smaller carriers generally jump into the used truck market and then purchase equipment from there, and basically as the company expands and grows, maybe then they can trade up to brand new equipment. But when we're talking about major price spikes in new truck equipment, it's going to be really difficult for smaller companies to actually implement these things. Now, the model year 2027 will cost significantly more because of this new technology, and so they need to find a way to attract buyers and to actually have them turn in their old trucks and get into these new trucks. So either very economic trucks, great fuel efficiency, or whatever may be the case. But what their studies have found is that companies with 20 trucks or less will simply stick with the old technologies and will not be implementing this into their fleets. And let's be honest here, most of our customers have one or two trucks or a handful of trucks. We do have some medium-sized companies, but the vast majority of folks that we talk to, that we service, generally have less than 20 trucks. and this is going to definitely affect trucking all around. Now, as mentioned, there was a comment period, an extended comment period with nearly 2,000 comments that came in from supporters of this new rule. So it makes me wonder, are these supporters truckers? Are they owner-operators? Are these, the small mom-and-pop trucking companies that are supporting these rulemakings? And furthermore, many of the commenters feel that it's not even strict enough, that it needs to be even more strict. Now, the Environmental Defense Fund, or EDF, actually supports this EPA rulemaking, so further pushing this ahead. And as far as the cost differential that we discussed earlier, or mentioned earlier, the Inflation Reduction Act that I'm sure you remember going into law, written in by the Biden administration, will actually provide up to $40,000 towards the purchase of a new heavy-duty truck, which makes me wonder whether or not manufacturers will simply increase the price by an additional $40,000 or more in order to basically capture that grant, if you will, towards the purchase of a new heavy-duty truck. Furthermore, you guys know that California's got the most strict EPA rules in the country out of all the 50 states in the United States, and California's Advanced Clean Trucks rule may actually end up going nationwide, which we can consider as option 3. That's not on the table, but they are discussing this because it is a program that's been in effect for some time. Now, the option 2 under EPA's ruling that we're talking about is another option, basically, because some believe that option 1 isn't really a feasible option. It's not a workable solution, so they're looking at other options to make this work. And Todd Spencer, the president of OIDA or OIDA, said something very, very interesting, and I quote, he said, "While this rule is directed at manufacturers, it is trucking companies buying new technologies that determine the success or failure in the implementation of every trucking emission regulation." Okay, so basically says that, yeah, we understand manufacturers have to put down money and put all this for the new technologies and develop all these things. We get it. But at the end of the day, it's the trucking companies buying these new technologies that basically make it or break it. And I couldn't agree more. In fact, Todd Spencer said that to be an effective solution, the final rule should have the following results. And these are the things that I also agree with and I'd like to discuss with you. And hopefully we'll hear from you guys in a comment section below about these 4 things. Number 1, he says that the trucks or the technology in these trucks should be affordable. Absolutely. If prices are going to go up above and beyond what we have already in this hyperinflated market for equipment, absolutely no one's going to be approaching these things. Maybe large companies with large fleet sizes will jump in, but the owner-operator, the mom-and-pop owner-operator, the small carrier will simply find this unaffordable. Second option, or second thing that Todd Spencer said, is that trucks should be durable, because at the end of the day, if your wheels aren't spinning, you're not making any money, right? If you're not running the freight, you're not making any money. So at the end of the day, trucks should be durable, and they should not be parked at repair centers and going through weeks and weeks and weeks while basically they try to figure out what is actually wrong with your truck. So they should be durable, they should have affordability factor, and they need to be safe. Goes without saying, trucking is one of the most dangerous career choices you can make, and these trucks need to be safe. The final thing that he said is that the trucks should be cleaner. Obviously, if they're not cleaner, then what is the point of any of these rule makings? At the end of the day, if they're not clean, if they're not affordable, if they're not durable, and they're not safe, no one's going to move forward with these things. But at the end of the day, really, it's your opinion that really matters. How do you feel about this? How do you feel about these rulemakings, about where the industry is moving, where the EPA is setting these standards? Because I get it. It's not happening tomorrow. It's probably not happening next week, but it's most definitely happening in the near future. And they're already telling us that model year 2027, which is probably 2026 when they come out with those, will have these things implemented, this technology implemented. So please leave your comments in the comment section below. How do you feel about this? Where do you think the industry is going? Are you planning to take advantage of these new technologies? Or are you going to stick around with the old school equipment? Make sure you like the video, hit the subscription box, hit the notification bell. We produce these videos weekly. And now I'm going to switch over to camera. We're going to look over the loads that we book for our customers, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back. Let's take a look at some of these loads. We got vans and reefers this week. We got some solos, a team. Rates are slightly down, but we did see 3 to 4 weeks of higher rates, and now they're kind of decreasing. So now we're going to have to see if that's going to create a trend or not. So we're in our first week of decreased rates. Still, rates are good. So definitely let's go through this. Going to start off with a reefer. Coming out of Tamaqua, Pennsylvania, going to New Hampton, Iowa. It's a 40,000 pound load of fresh eggs running 38 degrees on a reefer. 991 miles booked at $2,200, got them $222 a mile. Then La Crosse, Wisconsin to Cuba, New York. It's a 42,000 pound load of cheese at 33 degrees on a reefer. 831 miles booked at $3,000 even, got them an amazing rate of $361 a mile. Going to a good market. Then out of Cheektowaga, New York, going to Lumberton, North Carolina with a 41,000 pound of food and beverage products. 721 mile run, $2,581.58 booked. Got them $358 a mile. Going to, I guess North Carolina is not a great market, but got paid very, very good money. Now here's the best part. They only ran in their reefer as a solo for 6 days OTR. So from Friday to Thursday. During that time, they managed to gross $781.58 on their 2,543 loaded miles. Got them an average rate of 306 per loaded mile average for the solo reefer. Did a great job. Next, we're going to go ahead and look at a dry van coming out of North Las Vegas, Nevada, going to Woodridge, Illinois. 4,000 pound light load of pillows, 1,726 miles booked at $33.50. Got them a $1.94 going to Illinois. Great market coming out of Las Vegas, excellent rate. Then Carroll Stream, Illinois, going to Marinette, Wisconsin with a 30,000 pound load of steel pallets. 265 miles booked at $800, got them $302 a mile. Then Menominee, Michigan, going to North Little Rock, Arkansas. 40,000 pound load of machinery parts, 882 miles booked at $3,000 even, got them $340 a mile. Then Pine Bluff, Arkansas to Alliance, Nebraska with a 40,000 pound load of wire, 1,037 miles booked at $3,000 again, got them $289 a mile. Did a great job. Ran for 7 days, ended up grossing as a solo regular dry van $10,150, ran 3,910 loaded miles at an average of $260 per loaded mile average. Now, as a caveat, this driver actually was entering into his 8th day. So we're actually looking at it based on scheduling for 7 days, but you know, it is closer to 8 days. But still, $10,150 in gross. I think that's an excellent job. $260 a mile, 3,900 miles ran. Great job. Next, a reefer. Totally different setup coming out of Burley, Idaho, going to Atlanta, Georgia with a 43,000 pound load of frozen appetizers running -10 on a reefer. 2,056 miles booked at $5,650. Got them $275 a mile and a ton of miles. Then right out of Atlanta, Georgia, going to Pompano Beach, Florida. 40,000 pound load of juice running 35 to 45 degrees on a reefer. 626 mile run, $1,990 booked. Got them $318 a mile to go down to Pompano Beach and enjoy the weather. That was it. They ran from Friday to Thursday, so 6 days on the road. Ended up grossing $7,640 in their 6 days. Great job. Ran 2,682 loaded miles at an average of $285 per loaded mile average. So excellent job there. Then we're going to switch over to a dry van team out of Evandale, Texas to Clintonville, Wisconsin with a 43,000 pound load of roll stock, 1,217 loaded miles at an average of $2,600. Got them $214 a mile, going to a great market. Then Marathon, Wisconsin, going out of Akron, Ohio with a 43,000 pound load of laminates and coatings, 644 miles booked at $2,500. Got them $388 a mile. Then Wooster, Ohio to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. It's a lighter load, 25,000 pounds of general merchandise returns, 1,011 miles booked at $2,400. Got them $237 a mile. They finished off with Goddard, Kansas, going to Phoenix, Arizona, with a 43,000 pound load of groceries, 996 miles booked at $3,400. Got them $341 a mile. Did an excellent job. 7 days on the road. This is a team, grossed $10,900, running Wednesday to Wednesday. They ran 3,868 loaded miles at an average of $282 per loaded mile average as a dry van team. Excellent job. We're going to go ahead and switch gears, go to a reefer coming out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, or Minnesota. Go to Sussex, Wisconsin with a 43,000 pound load of FAK, 465 mile run, booked at $1,300, got them $280 a mile. Then Rio, Wisconsin, going to El Paso, Texas. It's a 43,000 pound load of stucco material. Looks like 1,459 miles, booked at $3,577.75. Got them $245 a mile. They finished off out of El Paso, Texas, zero deadhead, going to Ogden, Utah, with a 24,000-pound load of lawnmowers and snow blowers. 900 miles on the dot, booked at $2,300. Got them $256 a mile, equally as great. Running 6 days OTR, gross $7,177.75. Got them $254 per loaded mile average on their 2,824 loaded miles in 6 days. Excellent job. Moving forward with our regular solo dry van, coming out of Great Falls, Montana, going to Social Circle, Georgia, 44,000-pound load of foodstuffs, booked at $4,800, 2,061 miles, booked at $233 a mile. Excellent job. Then Winder, Georgia, going to Denver, Colorado, with a 40,000-pound load of HVAC materials, 1,439 miles, booked at $3,400. That got them $236 per loaded mile. All in all, ended up running for 7 days, grossed $8,200, ran exactly 3,500 miles, which got them $234 per loaded mile average. Did an excellent job there in 7 days. Got a couple more here. Let's go with a dry van coming out of Firth, Idaho, going out to Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin, with a 30,000-pound load of potatoes. No surprise there, coming out of Idaho. 1,470 miles, booked at $3,500, got them $238 a mile. Then Fredonia, Wisconsin, going to Salt Lake City, Utah, 17,000-pound light load of plastic packaging, 1,468 loaded miles at an average of $4,200, or booked at $4,200 at an average of $286 per loaded mile. And that was it. This solo dry van running for 7 days on the road, grossed $7,700, ran 2,938 loaded miles at an average of $262 per loaded mile average. And we're going to go ahead and finish up with, I believe, a dry van. Solo dry van coming out of St. Albans, West Virginia, going to Carl Junction, Missouri, with a light load of 18,000 pounds of general merchandise, 788 miles, booked at $1,860, got him $236 a mile. Then Joplin, Missouri, going to Little Rock, Arkansas, with a 38,000-pound load of dry food, 288 miles, booked at $725, got him $252 a mile there. Then Benton, Arkansas, going to Port Murray, New Jersey, with a 43,000-pound load of FAK, freight of all kinds, 1,204 miles, booked at $3,400, got him $282 a mile, going to a decent market. Then right out of Edison, New Jersey, going to Wires Cave, Virginia. Shorter run, very light load, 8,000 pounds of coconut water, 343 miles, booked at 1,041, got them $303 per loaded mile on that one. All in all, they ran for 7 days, Tuesday to Tuesday, ended up grossing $7,026 on their week, ran 2,623 loaded miles at an average of $268 a mile. So as you can see, guys, there is money to be made. Markets go up, markets go down. It's all about the averages and knowing where to move your truck, how to move it, and basically preemptively strike marks that are going to basically warm up, heat up somewhere, cool down somewhere else. Knowing that information is going to help you because you're always going to be ahead of the game, going from one market to another at the best top price, knowing what's coming out of there. And you can only really do that with a strong dispatcher that's behind your computer, lots of experience, the connections with brokers, 3PLs, different agents, and being able to get you the kind of loads where there's a bit more meat on the bones, basically. And that's what we do. Our dispatchers have been doing this for years. Excellent guys, doing a great job. You can look at all our videos from past releases. You can see that we've done very well whether the market was up or the market's down. We're always squeezing out the money and helping our carriers and our lease on owner operator customers make the very most that they can in any market, under any market condition. So guys, get in touch with us. Call or text us at 801-448-6363. You can also go to our website at aftdispatch.com/go and fill out our chat box there, click any of the learn more buttons. We, get your information, we'll get in touch with you. It takes maybe 10 seconds, your name, email, phone number, things like that. And, most importantly, we'll answer all these questions and help you get started in a right way, because this is the time in a market where companies are closing down because they're just not making the kind of money that they need to be making in order to not only make a profit, but at least stay in business. And that's what we're here to help you guys out with. So get in touch with us, call or text, go to our website. And until next week, stay healthy, be wealthy. Take care.